Honest Fake O here again. Hope you're having a nice day today. Emily Payne, as usual, that's still my name. I'm still wearing my roll neck sweatshirt. Today's video is about the overnight booking, right? So clients can book, if they so desire, book you overnight. So that's generally it's like 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever, you negotiate that. But it's overnight, i.e. it's too long, right? I've only ever done a handful of these jobs, and I did them years ago when I first started working for an agency years ago, right? When I was a younger woman and I had more puff about us. I haven't got the puff these days. I can't be bothered. I get offered overnight jobs quite a lot. I always turn them down. I can't think of anything worse. Now, it's quite good money if that's what you're going to consider for a 12-hour overnight. I would probably charge, I don't know, something like maybe 1,500-1,600 quid, right, off the top of my head. It would depend on certain circumstances and what the hell was going on. So yeah, all right, money, nice little lump sum, whatever. Not worth it, right? I'll tell you now, not worth it. First of all, right, you don't sleep. It's called an overnight. It's just a very, 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 very overlong appointment. You don't sleep, right? I've done these appointments in hotels. I've done a couple, and the in-calls, the flats that the agency used to have for the escorts to do their jobs in, the in-call flats, where the client would come to one of those flats and you'd have the flat overnight to yourselves. Oh my God. If you're in a hotel, you might as well be a battery chicken. You might as well be a sexy battery chicken, because you are like a caged hen. There's nowhere to go. You are in that hotel room, and that is you, my lady. You can wander off into the ensuite and silently scream into the mirror, but that's as far as you're going, right? You're cooped up. You don't sleep, right? Sleep is integral. Sleep is so important. When I've done these jobs, I was a younger woman, like I say, right? I used to be younger. And I don't know, you can stand a lot more when you're younger, can't you? You just take a lot more bullshit. Now I need a good night's sleep. Sleep is so restorative. Now I've got a proper sleep routine. I love it. I love going to sleep. My favourite part of the day, when I'm ready for bed and I've got a routine. And you go to sleep and you're unconscious for 8 hours, right? You don't have to think a bloody thing for 8 hours. It's sweet, sweet. Well, you don't sleep in overnight jobs. Well, you sleep like this. You're vigilant. You've got one eye open, man. You don't know who this man is. You expect it to go into some sort of deep slumber when he's next to you. Probably making funny noises and farting in his sleep. And woe betide. Any client who I'm in an overnight with and they wake you up at like 2 a.m. wanting funny business. Woe betide. They wouldn't have stood a chance 15 years ago. Now they get their head kicked in. No funny business. You stop proceedings, right? You agree. You have to get ground rule in all appointments, right? It's no wishy-washy leaving things to happen spontaneously. You get your rules in place, right? Have you finished, have you finished your sexual activity now, client? Yes. Right. Well, I need sleep, right? This is now my sleep time, so to speak. You're not telling him you've got one eye open and your hand on your handbag. That's it. You say you can't rest because your handbag's there. You don't know this man. He might be lovely, he might be honest as the day is long, but you don't know. He could be a master criminal. He could be through your handbag like that. You don't know. So you're not sleeping. So you're driving home. You haven't slept all night. You've had your hand on your handbag. It's not worth, it's just, then you think it's not been worth the money. It's not been worth the money. So it's like, and it's akin to going on holiday with them, which I've just done another video on. going on holiday with them. You know what? It's all very well keeping up the glamorous act and the I'm happy, I'm glamorous, I'm turned on act when they book for an hour. Maybe it's even an hour and a half. I don't book longer than an hour and a half these days because I can't keep that act up. I choose not to keep it up for longer than that. I'm menopausal. But that's another thing, you see. What that booking is. The look on the profile, right? In my profile, yes, I've got me real age, I've got me grey hair, I don't doctor me pictures and all that because I don't know how to. But I wouldn't anyway, because they're getting, there's something for everybody and they're getting what they're getting, right? I'm a good looking woman. I don't need to touch my pictures up. I don't know how to do it anyway. Right, so what they're getting is what they're getting. But obviously I take complimentary pictures. I look my best in those pictures. I'm looking sexy. Everything's pushed up. Everything's sucked in. I'm in complimentary poses. That's what they think they're getting. And they are getting that to a certain extent. I'm a good looking woman. And I'll only say that. I'm not going to say that again. I'll just think it. But what they're actually getting is a menopausal woman. A perimenopausal. Call it what you will. What they're getting is a misery guts, right? Because you can't keep it up. You can't keep the I'm right vivacious thing up for all night. If you go on holiday with them, keep it up the whole time. It's going to slip. And what they're left with is, you should see my hair when I first get up in the morning. I look like Einstein. Worse. Do you know what I mean? I mean, there's makeup on, there's hair done, there's nails done, there's heels on, all these things that we do to project a certain image. But on holiday or on the overnight, like I said in another video, my first thing when I wake up, cup of tea. Goes without saying, my red bush. Then it's the ceremonial chin pluck of the perimenopausal woman. And postmenopausal, I dare say. When you're postmenopausal, you might as well shave it. But there's that to be done. I mean, I'm like Chewbacca. The hair removal I have to do. I don't have to do it. You know, unfortunately, I've grown up in a society that won't allow women to look like Chewbacca. Right? But if I'm not on top of that hair removal, they're on holiday with Chewbacca. I hate to tell them, is that what they've paid for? Do you know what I mean? It's just all these practical things that they don't think through. They don't think through, do you know what I mean? So the overnight appointment, the first one that I ever did was an absolute nightmare. He came to one of the Incole's flats. He was like a regular at the agency. And he was the owner of the agency licked his arse because he spent a lot of money. He was one of these ones, too much money, prostitutes and coke. Do you know what I mean? You think about things to spend me money on. And all that. So he saw me once. I don't think he particularly liked me because I wasn't a party girl. You'll get as a sex worker, you'll get men trying to book you and they'll ask you if you're a party girl. All that means is, will you shove coke up your nose with us, please? Thank you. Well, no, I won't, quite frankly. I won't shove anything up your nose with you. I don't know you. I don't do coke anyway, even if I did know you. Coke, drink, whatever else, party. No, I don't. I like a nice cup of tea and a homemade flapjack. I make my own flapjacks. Protein flapjacks. That's a party to me. So, no. But then, so he only booked me once, never booked us again. Thank God, because he was an absolute arsehole. We went to a nightclub. I remember, this was years, it was when I very first started, 2008. So we went out he wanted to go to a nightclub first. He got hammered, and he probably off his tits on something. And he was dancing. What did he have on? He had something so embarrassing on. And a lot of them go around introducing you as if you're their girlfriend. You're thinking, cringe. Please, nobody think I'm his girlfriend. because he was acting like an absolute looper. He was wearing like a sort of a surf shirt, like a dead loud, like a Hawaiian shirt or something. And he was dancing away and off his tits. And so I had to pretend, in some of these jobs, you have to pretend to be going along with it. So I was buying drinks and that, pretending to drink them, and I was hoying them away. You know what it's like in clubs and that, you can pretty much hoy your drink anyway, because it's chaos. It's chaos. I was just hoying them. I wasn't going to get drunk with this man. So then we'll walk back. This was in Newcastle. We'll walk back over the bridge. There's a homeless man on the bridge. This fella, my boyfriend, starts giving the homeless man what for? I was cringing. Boy, was I cringing. There was other people knocking about, you know, other party goers and all that, and people just knocking about. I just walked on. I walked on. This homeless man, he wasn't being violent or anything. This man wasn't in any danger. So I just walked ahead. I thought, how dare you? How dare you speak to that man like that? And I was cringing. I would have intervened if you know, I would have intervened, but he was just being a twat. So I walked on. We went to the Incole's flat. Oh, God. Right, we did whatever we did in the Incole's flat. So we had sex, did this, did that, did the other. So this was 2 a.m. or something by the time, right, I'm going to go to sleep now. I'm going to go to sleep with one eye open. Might even put a matchstick in my eye like that and prop it open. I'm not sleeping next to this nut. Although he probably would have completely passed out, whatever he was on. So in the morning, he was out of it. I was, see, a lot of the time in overnight jobs, you have to sneak away. Because I'm an early riser. I'm early to bed, early to rise. I've always been up with the larks, right? And when I get up, I'm up. I'm awake. I'm on it. I'm not one of these people who takes 4 hours to get up. You know what I mean? I'm on it, like a carb on it. So I was ready to sneak away. I was packing my bag dead quietly and everything because he was out for the count. I got dressed. I had my handbag on my shoulder. It got that far as to have my handbag on my shoulder. He wakes up. Where do you think you're going? You're sneaking off? I probably literally had like a couple of hours left on what he'd paid us. Do you know what I mean? But he was out for the count. He'd had his money's worth, man. And I was trying to sneak out, get in my car, get home, try and get some form of sleep and a cup of tea at home. Oh, no, look, he's looking. And I was new. Please remember, I was new to the job as well. So I was letting them off with more. Do you know what I mean? That I would have practically sprinted out the door now. I've got an appointment. I've got an appointment at 7 o'clock in the morning. Bye. He practically drags us back into bed. I've got another 2 hours on this appointment. We're going to have sex again. Oh, my handbag was on my shoulder. And I thought, to be fair, yes, he has still got a couple of hours left on what he's paid for. But I had my handbag on my shoulder. I was that close to freedom. I was that close to freedom. Like in The Great Escape. I know how they felt in The Great Escape. You know, Donald Pleasance one, he goes blind. I can't remember if he escapes or not. It's a good film, that, isn't it? I felt like them anyway. Right? I thought I was going to be McQueen on his motorbike. I wasn't. I was that one who has to stay behind. Do you know what I'm saying? I was devastated. And we went back to bed. I don't even think we did much because he was just trying to prove a point. He was being an idiot. And he was just trying to prove a point and have like a fumble or whatever. And I thought, I got all undressed. My handbag came off my shoulder. I got all back undressed and everything. So he could prove a stupid point and have a fumble on. And then I don't know, he probably passed out again. It was years ago. I can't remember. And then I got myself away. So these overnight jobs, they're a faff. They're a faff and a half. Not worth it. Not worth it. Right. I'll let you go. Goodbye.